Trotting in second round, the turn to the quarter-mile pole. Goes Better Be Victory. The Possum Trotter is third. June Boy is fourth. Racing fifth, Tall Red Poplar out there sixth. Racing in seventh along the inside. That's Dame Med with Stock Dividend and Cold Town Stevie. The quarter mile was in 30 3. Q-Zimp shows the way by 2 open lengths. Racing in second position, Better Be Victory in third. Possum Trotter, June Boy is fourth. Racing in fifth, that's Tall. In sixth to the half-mile mark is Dame Med, the Cold Town Stevie out there seventh. Racing eighth as they go by the half-mile. That's Red Poplar with Stock Dividend, the trailer. They went off the half-mile pole in 1 3/5. Over to the three-quarters they go with Q-Zimp holding firm a length and a half. Racing in second position, that's Better Be Victory. June Boy is now third. Along the inside, the Possum Trotter fourth, and the outside fifth. That's Cold Town Stevie. They go by the three-quarter mile pole in 1:33. Q-Zimp the leader, but now up on the outside to take command is Cold Town Stevie with June Boy. That's Cold Town Stevie. June Boy towards the inside is still there. That's June Boy as Cold Town Stevie goes off stride. It's June Boy the leader. June Boy is the unofficial winner. 3 Possum Trotter was second. 6 Dame Med third. Stevie with June Boy. That's Cold. Feels on the turn. That's Mr. Thorpe for the early lead, coming away between horses as they look for position into the turn. Goes Prairie Genie on the outside. Manitou Express is 3 deep, and Prairie Genie moves between horses. That's Prairie Genie now taking the lead. Manitou Express, the challenger, second. Racing third to the quarter, Mr. Thorpe. Poco Bandit is fourth. Racing in fifth as they enter the stretch the first time, Prairie Gusto, the quarter, 29 and a tick. On the front end, the leader is Manitou Express, a length. Racing in second to the 3/8 pole goes Prairie Genie. Racing in third position now. That's Mr. Thorpe on the outside, coming on to be fourth. To the half mile goes Prairie Gusto. The leader by a length and a quarter to the backside, Manitou Express. Racing in second position now on the rail, Prairie Genie. On the outside, gaining ground third to the three-quarters. That's Prairie Gusto, and out of the hole fourth to the upper turn is Mr. Thorpe. In fifth is Key Rick. They go to the turn. On the outside, taking the lead is Prairie Gusto. Racing second to the upper turn, Manitou Express. Coming on third now to the three-quarters. That's Mr. Thorpe with Key Rick. The leader into the turn by a length is Prairie Gusto. Mr. Thorpe racing second. Key Rick gains ground third. Manitou Express is fourth. In the lane on a short lead, Prairie Gusto. Up on the outside, Key Rick's mowing him down. That's Key Rick taking the lead and drawing out, moving up to be second now between horses. That's Prairie Genie on the outside, closing ground third. That's Queenie's Flame, a driving finish. Ritsu Express is fourth. Fails on the turn. They're off. Between horses, that's No Button for the early lead. Off stride there was Jumpin' Jim. Moving up to get the lead into the turn goes JR's Chip. It's JR's Chip, the leader. Moving up to be second now is Jumpin' Jim. Racing third, No Button. In fourth position goes Racy Legend. In fifth, Legends Flash. Heather Legend is sixth. They move down to the quarter. JR's Chip, the leader, racing up on the outside to challenge second after a quarter mile goes Racy Legend. On the front end, that's Racy Legend taking the lead. JR's Chip is second. Off stride is Jumpin' Jim. Moving into third now, Heather Legend with Legend Flash fourth. Jumpin' Jim fifth. No Button sixth. Love Bug Trainer seventh. Easter Bill is eighth. Racing in ninth position round the turn goes Cardinal 10th, the trailer Donna's Bow, the half 1-3 and 1/5. The leader to the 3/4 is Racy Legend by 3 lengths. JR's Chip racing second. In third position, that's Heather Legend. Legend Flash is fourth. In the final 3/8 of a mile, the leader by 2.5 lengths is Racy Legend. JR's Chip closes the gap second, trotting third to the 3/4. Heather Legend, they move off the 3/4, 1:34. On the inside with a short lead, Racy Legend. JR's Chip coming on. On the outside, closing ground is Heather Legend. That's Heather Legend on the outside taking the lead. JR's Chip trotting second. Racing in third through the stretch is Racy Legend. That's Heather Legend and JR's Chip. They're off. That's Sneed for the early lead. On the outside, Pretty Bonnie G is showing early speed. Coming away third between horses as they look for position into the turn goes Billy Trainer, and around the turn it's Sneed the leader. Off stride as they go down to the quarter-mile pole. That's Nobody's Fooler. They go into the quarter. The leader is Sneed. On the inside, racing second to the quarter-mile mark, Billy Trainer. Racing in third position now goes Chief Wildfire, dropping in fourth as they go off the quarter was Pretty Bonnie G. Racing in fifth position, Corky's Charm in sixth to the half-mile mark. That's Sister Thorpe with Dancing Messenger seventh. Racing in eighth as they go to the half-mile pole, Brett's Major and far back there and pulled up and out of the race. On the front end, staying out there by 1.5 lengths, the leader is Sneed. Pretty Bonnie G is underway once again. The leader is Sneed with Pretty Bonnie G moving up to be second along the rail, third to the 3/4. That's Billy Trainer on the outside, coming on to be fourth to the upper turn goes Corky's Charm. Along the rail, Chief Wildfire. They go by the 3/4 in 1:31. It's Sneed the leader a length. Pretty Bonnie G on the outside second, racing in third. Chief Wildfire, Sneed the leader. Pretty Bonnie G racing second. Chief Wildfire comes on third. Sneed's under urging with Pretty Bonnie G. Chief Wildfire closing on the outside. That's Chief Wildfire on the outside getting up. Nine, Chief Wildfire is the unofficial winner. 8, Pretty Bonnie. Ride second, racing in third. Chief Wild.
Fields on the turn. They're off. On the far outside, Silver Eagle out fast. Between horses is Danish Wellmanner. Along the rail, Marogue's Ruffian. Better Be Pro charging up on the far outside. They move into the first turn. Silver Eagle has it a length. Up on the outside, Better Be Pro challenging second. Danish Wellmanner tucked in there third. Marogue's Ruffian is fourth, followed by Puddler in fifth. Entering the stretch the first time, and that's Better Be Pro showing the way a length and a half. Silver Eagle is second. By the quarter, 29 seconds flat. Better Be Pro has it a length and a quarter. Silver Eagle is second by 2. Danish Wellmanner racing in third. Marogue's Ruffian is fourth. Double Trouble comes on fifth, followed out there by Puroyo sixth. Racing in seventh on the inside is Puddler. In eighth on the outside goes Mighty Roar. Trailing the field now, J.C. Perry. Over to the half-mile pole. On the front end is Better Be Pro, a short lead. There goes Double Trouble, the challenge second. Racing in third on the outside, Puroyo. The half, 101 and 2. Moving down the backstretch. Double Trouble from the outside takes the lead. Better Be Pro racing in second. Puroyo out there in third. Racing in fourth along the rail is Silver Eagle. Mighty Roar is out there in fifth, followed by Marogue's Ruffian sixth. For the final 3/8 of a mile, Double Trouble a length. Puroyo now challenging second. Better Be Pro at the rail third. Mighty Roar out there with cover in fourth. Silver Eagle along the rail fifth. They move into the far turn. The 3/4, 132 flat. With that length lead there is Double Trouble. Puroyo out there in second, followed by Better Be Pro third. They turn for home. Double Trouble a length and a quarter. Puroyo racing in second. Better Be Pro on the inside third, followed out there by Mighty Roar fourth. Through the stretch, Double Trouble under a drive. Better Be Pro closing now on the outside. Here comes Mighty Roar. Mighty Roar on the outside. Double Trouble at the rail. These two fight it out. A driving finish. Mighty Roar. In tonight's followed by Better Be Pro third.
Bales on the turn. That's Blue Water out sharply along the inside. Between horses into the turn goes Say Whoa. On the outside, Brooklets Grattan with White Velvet. And around the turn, Brooklets Grattan on the outside, holding the rail as they go down to the quarter. That's Blue Water hung out there. Third is White Velvet racing fourth. BJ's Pride with Say Whoa and Swift Royalty. They go off the quarter-mile pole, 28 and a tick. The leader is Brooklets Grattan. Hung out there is White Velvet Brooklets Grattan leads, racing second as Blue Water White Velvet takes a tuck third. In fourth to the half-mile pole, that's BJ's Pride. In fifth position now comes Say Whoa with Swift Royalty moving up sixth. On the move is Kawow Dream seventh. Along the rail, Saving Ground eighth. Tickle Your Fancy, and trailing the field after a half mile, Vicky Bob Collins. They go to the 3/4, the leader by a length. That's Brooklets Grattan quickly up on the outside. The B second, Say Whoa. On the inside, Blue Water third. Coming on fourth is Swift Royalty. In fifth position, Kawow Dream, and now Say Whoa on the outside takes the lead. Racing in second, Brooklets Grattan. Coming on third, Swift Royalty. Kawow Dream moves up fourth. Say Whoa the leader. Swift Royalty gains ground second with Kawow Dream. In the lane, that's Swift Royalty taking the lead. Say Whoa is off stride. Kawow Dream closing on the outside. It's Swift Royalty the leader. Kawow Dream racing second. Swift Royalty, but Kawow Dream is getting up. Swift Royalty gains ground second with Fields on the turn. They're off. Between horses for the early lead goes Misty Rowe with Magic Potion. On the outside, Teriyazzi hustles up and into the turn. It's Teriyazzi that takes the lead. Misty Rowe second. Magic Potion is third, racing in fourth position. Gunner's Eagle, TV's Eagle is fifth, racing sixth. Illicey, Lucky Leslie, and Rush Creek Jade at the end. They move down for the 1/4 mile in 30 and a tick. The leader by a length is Teriyazzi, racing second. To the 3/8 pole goes Misty Rowe. Magic Potion is third. Gunner's Eagle fourth. TV's Eagle fifth. On the outside, Lucky Leslie comes on sixth. In seventh, Illicey trailing the field to the half-mile mark. That's Rush Creek Jade. They move over for the half mile on the front end. The leader of length is Teriyazzi. Magic Potion moves into second. The half mile, 1 and 1/5. It's Teriyazzi a length with Magic Potion second. Down along the inside third to the 3/4, Misty Rowe. On the outside moving up fourth is Gunner's Eagle. TV's Eagle is fifth. Saving Ground sixth to the 3/4. That's Illicey with Lucky Leslie and Rush Creek Jade. They move into the 3/4 in 1:31 on a short lead. Teriyazzi on the outside, Magic Potion second. Moving up from far back is TV's Eagle. In the lane, that's Magic Potion taking the lead. TV's Eagle is closing ground second along the rail. Teriyazzi is still there. It's Magic Potion, but TV's Eagle picks him up on the outside. TV's Eagle. Three TV. Second, moving up from far. They're off. Along the inside for the early lead goes Night Isle, driving up between horses into the turn with a rush is Classy Strike. On the outside, moving up third as they race to the quarter, Moncani Chief, and around the turn they go. On the front end, the early leader by a length. That's Classy Strike. Night Isle is second, quickly up on the outside. Bay Tudor to be third, racing fourth as they go by the quarter. Moncani Chief, they went off the quarter mile, 28 4/5. The leader is Classy Strike. On the outside, Bay Tudor challenging second, racing in third. That's the Night Isle. Coming on fourth, My Messenger, racing fifth to the half-mile pole. Moncani Chief. Master Noel moves up sixth. In seventh is Handy Skipper, then it's Chara Marmello and Machete Almahurst. The half-mile, 59 and a tick. On the mid-back side, Classy Strike stays out there a length. Night Isle tucked along the rail second. My Messenger moves 3 wide third. Moncani Chief is fourth into fifth. Master Noel backing off there. Bay Tudor into the 3/4. The leader by a length is Classy Strike. The 3/4, 129 3. It's Classy Strike, the leader. On the outside, the challenger, My Messenger. Handy Skipper comes on strongly third. In the lane, Classy Strike leads. Handy Skipper moves up to be second, along the rail third. That's the Night Isle. It's Classy Strike with Handy Skipper on the outside. That's Classy Strike. For Classy Strike is the unofficial winner. 5, Handy Skipper. My Messenger, Handy Skipper. Field moves into the club turn. That's Embargo for the early lead with Crystal Doll coming away on the outside of Vita Reed. They drive into the turn with the Vita Reed up to get the early lead. Embargo is second, racing third after an eighth. Crystal Doll in fourth position. Goes Chancy Louisa in fifth as they go into the stretch the first time. Corky Strike with Nevos Nassos and Infinite Star Shine. They move by the quarter mile in 29 2. Avita Reed, the leader. Embargo in the 2-hole, racing in third. Crystal Doll in fourth to the 3/8 Chancy Louisa. Racing in fifth is Corky Strike. Nevitz Nassos is sixth. The trailing horse, Infinite Star Shine. No change as they go to the half mile, staying out there a length. Avita Reed racing second. That's Embargo. Crystal Doll is third. They go off the half-mile marker, 1 1/1/5. The leader of Vita Reed quickly up on the outside. Chancy Louisa to challenge second. And now it's Chancy Louisa that takes the lead. Vita Reed is second. Embargo third, racing fourth to the 3/4. Goes Corky Strike. The leader is Chancy Louisa by 3 lengths. Avita Reed racing second in third to the upper turn. Embargo. Crystal Doll is fourth. Off stride on the bend was Corky Strike. The leader is Chancy Louisa by 4 lengths. Avita Reed racing second, closing ground third. Embargo. The leader, Chancy Louisa. Avita Reed coming on second. Chancy Louisa, Avita Reed closing on the outside. That's Avita Reed moving up on the outside to get the lead. 7 of Vita Reed is the leader is Chancey Louisa by 4 lengths. Feels on the turn. They're off. Between horses, that Sassy Line for the early lead. Coming away along the inside as they drive for position goes Lightning Sis. And moving rapidly to the rear there is Nephiles Rusty. They swing round the turn and now Sassy Line is off stride. The early leader by a length as they go to the quarter-mile pole. Lightning Sis with an early move, Margin Request. That's Margin Request taking the lead, the quarter, 30 3/5. Racing in second position is Lightning Sis. In third to the 3/8 pole goes Sherry Jade. On the move is Lulu Arlene. Fourth, coming on fifth. That's Mom Murphy racing sixth to the half-mile juncture. Prairie Karen with Skeeter Chris seventh. Racing in eighth, Honor Bell Neville's Rusty is ninth. The trailing horse Sassy Line, the half, 1 4/5 up on the outside. Lulu Arlene, the leader a length, moving into second now as they go to the 3/4. That's Mom Murphy. It's Mom Murphy on the outside taking the lead, and Lulu Arlene is second. Coming on third to the upper turn goes Prairie Karen. Mom Murphy shows the way a length. Racing in second to the corner, that's Lulu Arlene. In third, Prairie Karen racing fourth as they turn for home. That's Sherry Jade. In the lane on the front end, Mom Murphy shows the way by 2 lengths. Lulu Arlene racing second. On the outside third, Sherry Jade. The leader is Mom Murphy racing second, Lulu Arlene. Sherry Jade is third. On the front end, it's Mom Murphy. Three, Mom Murphy is the unofficial winner. They're photographing for the second horse.